Hi, my name is James Wong. I'm with Veritas, and today we're going to talk about compliance. I know that's really boring. I mean, compliance like rules. Like when we're kids, rules. I got to hear this rule and that rule. I got to obey that rule and that rule. But you know what? The companies you guys work for, the customers that you guys support, unfortunately, they got a lot of rules they got to abide by. They have no choice. And we know that, hey, Microsoft is doing a great job working on those rules, but there's just so many rules. Well, at Veritas, we're going to help you take that next leap forward. Take it one step beyond what Microsoft can do for you and really bridge the gap. So check this out. At Veritas, we talk about availability, protection, and insight. API, I know that's generic. I didn't make that up. You can blame marketing. But insight is key. With availability, you make sure that your data is available. Protection, it's available if something goes bad. But beyond that, it's insight. What does your data tell you? What can it, in other words, what can your data tell you about risk? What can your data tell you about making money? That's what it comes down to. We're going to talk about insight and how insight can help your customers, can help your company drive towards 100% compliancy. Now, this is my disclaimer. I cannot help you with 100% compliancy. Veritas will get really close. But let's go where we go from this point forward, okay? So we know for a fact that right now, all over the world, there are a lot of rules. There are a lot of regulations, and there are a lot of laws that basically govern what you're supposed to do. For those in the United States, the latest one that's coming on is the California Consumer Privacy Act. That law is so badly written, it's so ambiguous, no one knows what to really do about that. Unfortunately, you still got to comply. And you got to comply by January 1st of 2020. We're talking like a little less than 2 months away. And the fines are horrendous. They're egregious. They're almost kind of sad. Okay, and what happened is that all these compliance rules, the problem is that what happens if you decide that, hey, you want to do nothing? I'm going to be like an ostrich and stick my head in the ground. Think about that. The lion is coming. I'm scared of the lion. I'm going to stick my head in the ground. I don't see the lion anymore. The lion has disappeared. I tell you this, the lion's going to big fat ostrich dinner after this. Okay? That is what happens when companies ignore compliance. If they say, I don't want to do anything, the problem is that they're still going to get fined. You want to hear a good one? Okay, Marriott. This is a good one, okay? Marriott bought Starwood. You guys remember that? They bought Starwood. Starwood had all kinds of problems. Marriott knew that Starwood had all these problems. They talked to the ICO in Europe about these problems. They were working with the ICO to fix the problems. You know what the ICO did? Fined them still. They still fined them. Okay? This is after they tried to work with the regulatory agency, and the agency still fined them. Now imagine if you decide you didn't want work with the regulatory agency. You decide to ignore the regulatory agency. How bad would the fines even be at that point? These are the struggles enterprises deal with today. Think about that. This is what they deal with today. Now, we know also that, okay, that during these, whether it be regulations or litigations, the issue is that there's a lot of data they have to go through to really determine what is going on. Now, you got to imagine, okay, you guys remember a while ago, I think it was Toyota. Remember that those had footages, the guy stepping on the brakes and the car is still zooming by? That's crazy, okay? Now, the NTSB goes, hey, you guys give some data about what's going on. Now, I don't know what the true fact is, but I'm imagining Toyota must have petabytes of data they're handing over to the government, okay? Or potentially. So first of all, they have to determine, what do I give? That's a lot of data they have to cull through. And then all of a sudden, say they narrow it down for the government. Now the government's got to say, I got a time limit. I got to go through all that data myself. That's a lot of time. Time is money. Okay, they say approximately an attorney, a reviewer, goes through about 400 documents an hour. When you talk about petabytes of document, think how expensive that is, okay, for the company. And remember, they haven't gone through the judgment yet. They're just saying what information we want to share with each other. That's money. That's money spent. That's money that could honestly be spent elsewhere from that standpoint. So you can see here, okay, this is real dollars that customers are facing that they can save from this point forward. Now, one thing we want to understand is, okay, is that, well, if I can save this much money, that's awesome. So, James, what can you do to help me, okay? Well, before I can help you, let's understand what the real problems are. The real problem is that, do you know what you have? That's the real problem. We did a study. Enterprises in general generate about 41% data every year. 41%. Think about that. Every year you generate 41% of data. If you look at your own self, think about the selfies you guys generate, or your family generates, or your friends generate. And they put them all in this hard drive, okay? How often do you know what every selfie is? If I asked you, hey, can you find me a selfie 7 years ago for Christmas with the colors red and green in the sweater and at least a gold ornament on the tree? Can you find that for me? Oh, by the way, I'll be generous. I'll give you 1 day. That's real problems when you don't have visibility to what you have. The second is the case that, hey, these regulation means that I have to monitor what people say. I have to be diligent to monitor what they say. Unfortunately, it's not simple telephone calls, and it's not simple emails. It's all these various forms of electronic communication. That is a serious problem for our customers, for your customers, for your own organization. So those are challenges that they have to deal with on a consistent basis, and not just review, okay? They have to hold it. And so there's storage costs with that as well. And then there's risk of holding that information on top of that. The last thing is e-discovery. Finding information. So many of you probably already know about the law GDPR. And I just mentioned about the CCPA. There's approximately 133 countries with a privacy law right now. United States will soon have 52, including the 2 territories, different laws. And each data privacy law will have their own definition of what personal data is. So you can't really use them all at the same time. So how do you find all that information in a timely manner? Because if you don't, you'll get fined. Remember GDPR, 30 days from the time a request is made. Not when you validate the user, time a request is made. The government, FOIA, that's 20 days. CCPA, that's 45 days. You guys get the picture. He did a study, okay? I think it was Poneman did a study that approximately, or maybe it was TrustArt, approximately takes 30 minutes per user, per source to find data manually. If you look at yourself, just personally, yourself, where's all your data? You got banks. You got retail credit cards. It goes on and on. Now think of you as the company you work for. If every person in that company asked for data, how long would it take to do it manually? And then after they find it, they have to review it, which one they want to keep. So it's not just simple to find information. These are the challenges customers face today. Very important challenges. So here, okay, at Veritas, we help you. We help you give visibility to that information. We help you with that supervision process, that workflow. And more importantly, we help you reduce the information that you have to review in litigation. The bottom line is we're gonna make it simple, we're gonna make it fast, and we wanna try to make it as easy as possible, okay? Notice I didn't say I wanna make it slow, I didn't wanna make it expensive, I don't wanna give you a headache every day. I didn't say that, okay? I want to say the complete opposite. Now you're asking, hey James, I read your bio. Your bio says something like, you make things easy for people to understand. You're getting there, but you're not quite there yet. So let's try to get there, okay? So at Veritas, we have an integrated solution set. With our archiving solution, we're able to help you collect all that information into a single repository. That's the key, right? Instead of going to 130 different, 140 different, 150,000 of different repositories, one repository. We also help you, we also classify the information, and I'll talk about that a little later. We also have the availability to be able to go through every, I should say this, every source that you have of unstructured data, map it out, give you all the metadata on it, tell you contextually, by contextually content classification at it, and build a slice and dice, fast and filter, what you're looking for, near real time. And soon we'll be able to do that with our backup solutions as well. So that means think about this. When you restore backup, that data you're supposed to delete or account for, that counts now. But that was a backup. You probably forgot about that. We'll help you make sure we'll tag that and help you with that. With our advanced supervision, we're going to give you how we're using machine learning to not simply just go through this kind of linear process to say, hey, here's the information, I review it, I kind of see what's going and go forth. We're going to help machine learning to help make it relevant, to expedite that review process. So if you have to review 100 documents, when you review, when you're doing a sample in 100 documents, when you want to review the most relevant 100 sample documents instead of just a random sample at that point. Or if you do a random sample of 100 documents, when you want to review the most relevant of the 100 first, and then go down the line at that point. Remember, we're trying to make things easy, expedite the process. And lastly, e-discovery. We want to help you, especially that personal data request, to expedite this. We're talking about bulk redaction, able to redact data quickly, and not just that, be able to keep a log. So imagine this, okay? If Mary, John, and Joe all had information on an email, and you had to send that email out because of a request, and Mary, Joe, and John, all three asked for that information. Well, you can't send Mary, John, Joe's information. You can't send John, Mary, and Joe's information, and so forth. So when you send that information out, you got to redact each set of information as you send out. We can help you with that. Not just that, you keep a log of all the redactions and be able to see what was redacted to each person that's going forward. Okay? And we can tie it in all into our classification engine, which I'll talk about just about later. And before I forget, the Veritas booth is just right diagonal across. If you want to hear more in detail, I'm happy to get to the weeds, to the nuts and bolts. Right across there, and we have lots of people over there that help you with that as well. So, let's talk about this, okay? Classification. Let me build a slide out for you folks, okay? We built our own classification engine to break down what the data is. You know, and we're trying to break down even more to get we're thinking about sentiment analysis. Through our classification, and we're working on to whether or not was that person angry when they sent the email? We're looking at, can we do sentiment analysis based on emojis? Okay, in my emojis, right? Because remember, text communication needs to be monitored as well. And we know that they send emojis like crazy through text communication. So those are things we want to try to help you with, okay? We want to try to match, quickly match. Like for instance, if you're trying to look for, say, a government identification number, well, if we could just do a pattern and simply say, look, just tag all information coming in, then it's really easy to find that information. And if we could get all these different patterns to one policy, all you simply have to do is say, hey, show me all personal data. Show me for this person. And because we could do name entity recognition, it's not just simply say Tim Cook. It's Tim Cook of Sunnyvale. It's Tim Cook that works at Apple. So you know exactly what person you're looking for. So remember that timeline we said about personal data requests? We're going to help you meet those timelines quickly, effectively, okay, and meet it in a regulatory manner. And we do that, as I mentioned earlier, Information Studios. That's our data visualization service, which allows to basically map out across every data source you have in your environment to let you know what data that is, who data belongs to, how long it is, and all the good information so you can make what they call data-driven decisions. Should you keep that data because it's too old? Should you get rid of the data because there's no business value, and so forth? Does that data belong to someone, or worse yet, does that data belong to someone who's no longer part of your organization? Does that data have risk? We go into the enterprise archiving. We put all the information in a single repository. It makes it really easy for you to look through it. It makes it really easy to determine retention policies attached to it. It makes it really easy for you to discover against it. And lastly, as I mentioned in the previous slide, e-discovery. To help you with when you have to do a review analysis of the information, whether that is for litigation, whether that's for some kind of regulatory body, whatever it may be, to help you go through that quickly, to reduce the cost and reduce the time for all that information. Now, these are cool, and let you know, okay? Our classification engine, as I mentioned earlier, okay, this is the one that we home built, has over 700 patterns built in. We have, and when I say, and that includes about 720 pre-configured policies. What that boils down to is that we have a policy for every data privacy regulation in the EU, for every single country. We have one for the California Consumer Privacy Act, and the goal is as each new regulation comes up, okay, for data privacy, we'll have one. We have one for HIPAA. We have for SEC 78-3 and 4. We have stuff for FINRA. You get the point. This is stuff you don't have to make. We make it for you. On top of that, these policies and patterns, we allow you to customize it. Every company probably has as you know, if you were listening to the keynote today, they mentioned, okay, that there's a lot of developers who are no longer in tech. They will actually work for the company themselves. That means there's a lot of applications being built with very customized extensions. You can build patterns looking for those specific extensions. One time we found a bunch of ransomware because of the ransomware extension. You know what we found out? That was a customized extension of an application that they were using in-house. So we were able to just modify that to separate what's actually a ransomware extension and what is not, and help differentiate that. Okay? Remember, fast, easy, simple. That's Veritas. We want to help you with all that. As I mentioned, over 70 different countries and natural language processing. Now, this is a snapshot of what we call the Information Studio. Now, I'm not going to go through a demo of this. If you want to see a demonstration of this, come to the Veritas booth. Happy to give you a demonstration of this. But you can see here, we have all these classification patterns and policies built in. We can determine what kind of documents there are. We can fasten and break down. We can tell you how old it is. We can tell you whether the information, the total, what's actually orphan information that's no longer with any members of the Active Directory, as well as what's stale. And stale, in general, we stay for 3 years, but you can customize it, whatever is considered stale data. The point is, from a single dashboard, you now have real-time knowledge of what data you have. You can cut and dice it. You can determine, hey, I want to know if I'm holding data that's almost 7 years old, and is it on primary storage? Why don't I optimize that? I can determine how much PII information I have. Some countries have data sovereignty laws. I determine, did that data originally from this country end up here? I need to move it over. You can determine this server is super powerful, but it has only 1 terabyte of data in there. Maybe I should move it over, okay? That's the point. Data-driven decisions, not simply ad hoc or what you feel like. This is actual data that helps you drive what decision to make from this point. We can also role-based to help you determine, depending on the role of the user, what information they can see. We can then help you delete information from these sources. Think about that. So instead of having to find out and do a report on each single application or each single data source, from a single dashboard, you could determine where data should be moved or deleted from that standpoint. Now, we also, like I said about, remember I said data-driven decisions. This means that from all the different forms of communication and data, you can push it into our archiving solution. The archiving solution will then classify all the data. As I mentioned earlier, okay, we can do contextual content classification. So it's not simply just saying, hey, this is personal information. We can help you, this is personal information for this person. Okay, this is personal information for this country, in that sense. So you can really narrow down what you're looking for. And when you do that, what happens is that you have these kind of outcomes. Okay? Now, just to give you an idea, we have ability to do OCR. So that means that forms, think of all those forms that customers have. We could index the data in that form, contextually content classify that data, and let you know whether you should keep that data or not. Okay? These are the real world challenges customers, enterprise face on a daily basis. They have all this data, they don't know what they have. They have all this data that has risk, inherent risk. All the data they have that basically determines whether or not their infrastructure is being optimized or not. Veritas here can help help enterprise with that. The point is this, okay, is that with our solution, we help customers within Office 365 to optimize that investment. Now, in the world of e-discovery, you have what they call proactive and reactive, okay? In proactive, you basically have the data already. The data is in these repositories. We can basically look for information and determine what we want to do with it. We have the ability to allow external counsel to come in. So in other words, instead of having to gather the information, export it out, and give it to another party to look at, and have to deal with spoliation, chain of custody, all the other illegal mumbo jumbo. You could give a specific role to someone from the outside to look at your data, a specific set of data, and give them specific permissions of what they could do with that data. Okay, so basically is that you collect the data and place legal hold. Now here's the great thing, okay? Because the data is all in a single repository, we have the ability to put a data hold on the data. Now, this is not just Office 365 data. This is on-premise data. This is other social media data, like Twitter, like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like Bloomberg, and whatever other data that is at that point. Okay? And then we'll be able to search, as I said, search the data, but more importantly, export that data out to what they want. Remember, it's all from a single repository. Now, that being said, okay, what happens when you say, well, look, James, we don't want to use your archive solution. Yeah, it's too expensive. We have data everywhere. That's okay. We have the ability to, from a myriad source of data sources, to be able to collect that into what we call an e-discovery platform. I know it's a generic name. Please blame our marketing people for the very generic name of our solution. But this e-discovery solution is able to gather data from a variety of sources, call it down, and then at that point, be able to push it out and deliver it. When I say call it down, great technologies. We have the ability of what's called predictive coding. Predictive coding means that if you had a billion set of data, a billion, that's a crazy number, I know, a billion. If you say, I'm gonna hire this attorney who's really expensive, I'm gonna have him or her do only a small set, and then I'm gonna get another set, compare what the machine does, and then do that same process. They say 5 times, say like 5,000 sets of data, 5 times. So that's 100,000 data, right? No, it's 50,000, 25,000 for an attorney, 20,000 for the machine, and compare. Eventually, you get what's called a 97%, 95, 90% rate as far as how close they are. And from that point, you let the machine do the rest of that billion documents. That's a machine that never rests, goes all the way forward, and it's a fixed cost. Because remember, it's not the machine doesn't get a salary from that point, and it goes right through. It's exactly what you want. We have what's called conceptual search, okay? And it's transparent. So that means that if there's a word that doesn't belong there, you can start pulling it, start pulling that weave. It's kind of like pulling a thread out of a rug, and see what unravels that point, and be able to see if there's any kind of hidden messages. We are able to classify or break down foreign languages, because that's one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest trick that a lot of people use to hide information is that they'll use a different language for that word. So it's very hard for a reviewer to see if there's any kind of insider trading, or anything else going on that has to lead to something that's illegal. This is what we can do, and we call this reactive, right? Because in other words, there's an issue, you got to collect the information, you got to process the information, and then you got to export that information. I mentioned earlier about bulk redaction. So that means that, hey, depending on who needs the export, you could just redact what you want, and you can say, hey, all this pattern, I want to redact all of it. Wherever that pattern is, redact all of it. We could do that. Remember I said before, fast, easy, simple. The point of the Veritas compliancy, we call it digital compliance portfolio solution, is really to help our customers, to help our partners, to go through those tasks to help those enterprises meet enterprise regulations, enterprise discovery challenges. Now, we want to make sure you understand this, okay? From a generic standpoint, Veritas can help with one, okay? Immutability. That means we can lock that data in, and that data is not going to change. Remember, because we're able to take that data, that set of data off the source, put it in a different repository, I don't care what the users do with the data. They can delete it. You can have a disgruntled employee who might fill out the entire mailbox. Wouldn't matter. Veritas already captured the entire mailbox already. Lock, stock, and bond. Archive variety source of content. We could go legacy data. So not just data that's coming in Office 365, but also older data. We have customers moving from Domino's to Office 365, from Exchange on-premise to Office 365. We have a customer going from VMware, the old VMware email system, to Office 365. Okay, I know. I tell you, they're everywhere. Okay, we're global, so we see it all. But the point is this. Okay, that data, instead of uploading all of that into Office 365, which if some of you guys know, it could be a little faster. You can bypass that. Have the customers up and running, looking at the data, accessing the data from that standpoint, and still be 100% productive with their investment in Office 365 going forward. Look, one guy told me this, okay? I buy a new car. I don't just get rid of my old car right away. I keep it just in case. When our customers go to Office 365, they're not getting rid of Office 365. But you know what? That old email server, they're going to hold it just a little longer, just in case. But on Office 365 and all the new spangled buttons and all stuff, it's not going to see what data is in an old server. Veritas can help with that transition, with that migration. We're talking about legal holds, okay? When we're talking immutability, we're talking about the ability to lock that data down. Look, I say go ahead. You got to put retention policies. I'm not a lawyer by trade. I'll let you know. But the fact is, okay, I don't like keeping anything longer than I need to. My wife is very different. My wife wants to keep everything. So we fight all the time what we keep. But you can imagine, if you have any in-house counsel, they tell you get rid of it. Get rid of it, okay? So that means retention policy. But hey, if you need to hold it, for whatever reason, you can hold it. Whether for the entire mailbox or one single piece of item. So what that does is that it reduces the risk of over-preservation, holding too much data, more data that you need. Flexible deployment. Hey, we can put our solution on-premise. We could put our solution on-premise and have the data store in the cloud. We could put a whole thing in the cloud infrastructure in Azure. We even have a SaaS offering in Azure that all you do is pay a subscription. We handle everything from that point. From that point, where all you have to do is manage your business. And that's really the key, to manage your business instead of managing IT. As I mentioned earlier, classification, the ability to see what you have. Hey, look, we all can run searches, okay? We all use Google. We run a search, so forth like that. But if things are automatically tagged for what they are, then instead of having to run a search for all those things, just look for those tags and then proceed to go on to further narrow down what you're looking for. Not only can we accelerate discovery, but those personal data requests. Okay? For those of you who know about the California Consumer Privacy Act, did you know that the fines is that if you're uncompliant, if you're unintended non-compliancy, it's $2,500 per person. There's about 39 million people in California right now. Okay, give you an idea. If you are not compliant intentionally, the fines go up to $7,500. That means, okay, we're going to help you make sure that you stay in business, your organization stay in business. That's the point. Because paying the fine can lead to bankruptcy. I'll let you know right now, okay? If you haven't heard, FTC is trying to lay a $5 billion fine to Facebook right now. Now, Facebook's a big company, but some of these mid-sized companies, that might be a little too much from that point. So, in conclusion, Veritas is here to help drive compliance through insight. We want to give you visibility into your data. We want to help to streamline that supervision process. We want to help you to quickly reduce the amount of data so e-discovery does not become a chore, a very costly, time-consuming chore. It becomes a nice, streamlined, effective, efficient process. If you want to see any of these solutions that do these, Veritas is right there in the corner, the big booth right there in the front. Those guys out there are more than willing to help you to demo the solutions that could do these things I've talked about. I'll be there as well. I'm here afterwards. Again, my name is James Wong. Thank you for your time, folks.